So I'm back. I've got a icy cold drink of water, which is really, really much needed. And I've got a bowl of pineapple chunks because I was going to cook dinner. It's actually 8 p.m. now. And I took out this mango butterfly chicken. I was going to cook it in the air fryer. And you know what? I'm not hungry, really. I just feel like cold things. I figure pineapple's got bromelain in it. It's good for the COVID infestation. Or so they say. Maybe I'm kidding myself. But anyway, it's cold out of the fridge because I chilled it in the fridge. And it's sweet and it's actually fruit, so it's healthy instead of all the chocolate stash I've got left over from Halloween, which is wonderful but diabolical for my flabby fat mama jumblies. So my beautiful friend Nigel, who's gay by the way, lives in New Zealand, but he rings me regularly, on Messenger. And we have the most hilarious chats. He's a lovely man, but every now and then he comes out with the funniest things. And he said to me the other night, it was about 3 or 4 nights ago, we were chatting, and he says to me, I said, I've met this man, and he says he likes me fat because he's Russian and that, and Russian, not everyone, I suppose it's an individual choice, but, some Russian people like fat, big fat, hefty women, right? And Nigel said to me, I howled with laughter. I nearly peed myself, people. Nigel says to me, of course he did. You've got childbearing breasts. I went, what? He meant childbearing hips, but he childbearing breasts. Anyway, it was hilarious. So I just thought I'd share that with you because, it was delightfully funny, I thought. Childbearing breasts. Oh my goodness. I hope I never have to bear a child again as long as I live. Well, I won't now. I'm an old lady now. Don't have a uterus. But if I had my time again, if I get sent back down to planet Earth as a female again in some kind of horrible karmic punishment, I'm not having children. That's it. I'm done. But famous last words, right? Every woman on earth has said we're going to have children, and we do. We love our kids dearly, and it's a journey, people. 16th of November 2020. Let's see what Michigasa can come up with on this even date, right? Here we have it. It's entitled Anxiety, Summer Heat, Socks, and New Zealand Ice Cream. So there were 3 days there I was obsessing over New Zealand ice cream. So don't obsess, Tanya. Just go down the freaking supermarket and buy yourself some. Here's my beautiful boy. Oh, I miss him so much. I miss you, Socks. You're out of focus, but I still miss you, my darling. So, he used to own, as you can see, he owned the dining table, he owned the kitchen bench. He liked to be up high, so that out of the way of the dog and close to the food sources, right? He'd like to lie up here and you'd get all the breeze blowing over him in summer. He had a nice life with me, my little Soxy. Well, he was a big cat. He had paws like this. They were like little fists. They were enormous. So today is even day. See, I haven't written up my journal for the last 2 or 3 days because I've been busy making YouTube videos. So there's going to be all blankety blanks on the last few days. And then next year I'll be like, why didn't I write anything? I haven't updated. But anyway, I've been busy with the YouTubing, like a demon possessed. Singing the theme tune, whistling the theme tune, dancing to the theme tune, having my truth out on the internet. Because why not? If I come to this planet only once, and when I leave, I'm leaving behind my few quirky memories and my lived experiences, and that's all I've got to offer the world, really. Not offering anything else. Just saying. Well, I was offering beautiful jewellery, but nobody wanted to buy that, so there is that. It's heartbreaking, people. It's heartbreaking. Here we go, on that subject. You see how my mind's already traced where we're up to? 16th of November 2022. My new Dremel arrived, and yes, I am intimidated by it, like I am with all new tools, computers, electronics. I have a serious phobia and or anxiety, which I will have to push through until I learn how to use the tool effectively. I've developed, after years and years of trauma and near-death experiences, by the way, a learning disorder. I never had trouble learning new things as a young girl or young woman. It's ridiculous. So it's very humbling, actually. I actually feel stupid most of the time, and I know I'm not stupid, but it takes me longer to wrap my head around, new things. My other cheap drill died, so I needed a better one. I am both excited and terrified. It's kind of insane, but such is my lifetime of cognitive damage. I still need to buy the little Smith torch and gas setup, but I'm wavering as it's a large amount of money to outlay, and my fear of failure is overwhelming me. I also still need to service the car, so we'll need to prioritise that. But I'm thrilled with my new drill, slowly gathering the resources I need to create jewellery with. Yay! If only I could quell my nervous system. There's my little beastie. And it took me about three weeks to really feel confident and get over the nerves using it. So I love it though, but there are proper, when I say proper, is different kinds of jewels you can buy for jewellery that are very, very expensive, but are professional jewellers' drills. So I aspire to those one day, but I guess there's no point buying such expensive equipment till I've got a business up and running and I've got the the turnover and the cash flow coming in. Otherwise I'm just literally pissing in the wind, I did buy the little Smith torch, but it got damaged early on the piece because molten silver splashed onto the hoses, so that was that. So it's still there, but I need to buy a new kit, and it's just more money, never endless pit. So that was upsetting because I was really looking forward to using that. Anyway, my neighbours are cooking chops or steak or something. Oh, now they're going to get me going because now I can smell food. I'll have to cook dinner now. God, so bloody suggestible. Don't mention sex, people. No, I'm joking about the sex. Here's a photo of a blue-tongued lizard. A blue-tongued lizard. Came to visit me when I was sitting at the table in the back with Charlie. Bobo was growling. Then I saw this guy. I told Bobo to leave him, which he did. Good dog. I'm feeling very strange. What year was this? Was it 22? We were doing 22, weren't we? So this time last year. I'm feeling very strange, like one of those fractalized Mandelbrot sets, pushing myself out into the universe, repetitively reconfiguring old patterns in fresh new ways, but ultimately all the same fabric of the universe. Parts of me dying while simultaneously new cells, new potentialities are being born, like a supernova creating new life out of the destructions of old stars. Do I make sense? Probably not. Where do I begin while teetering on the edge of my known reality in this body, this spirit, this time? I am on the edge of a breakthrough. Yes, another one. Something is shifting to accommodate my new version of me. Sweetness and kindness, holding space, creating space, as I spiral into a new vibration or frequency, as I guard the love inside me and watch the world burn. As above, so below. I spoke to the blue-tongued lizard that just visited me, where Charlie, Beauregard and I are sitting in the shade at the back of our garden. He listened in astonishment, not accustomed to a human acknowledging his essence. I threw him a piece of banana that Charlie had nibbled on. He stared at me, communing silently, then slithered over to the banana, opened his mouth wide and gobbled it down. He looked at me with deep gratitude. Wary of the dog, he walked away. But now he is back. I gave him some more banana. Now he is sitting beside us like a pet. Gorgeous. He sees that I am discouraging the dog from harassing him. Wise lizard. Feels protected. He or she really loved that banana. I am grateful to have the resources to share with the wild ones. I used to have an abject fear of reptiles. So this is proof that I am a different version of myself from even a few years ago. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. Although I am glad that blue-tongued lizard person did not climb over my feet and legs. That would have probably creeped me out, lol. 16th of November 2021. And they're just some random photos of things in my garden. My beautiful rose, Pierre de Ronsard, red Pierre de Ronsard. And over here the elderberries. And over here are the pomegranate flowers. So yeah, I spent many years when I was very severely depressed, so depressed I was pretty much comatose, that I would create my garden here at Sacred Space. And now that I am off all the psych meds and fully synapsing, except in the mornings sometimes, I get to sit back in my Sacred Space garden that I co-created with the gods and with Gaia and with Australia, and reap the rewards of all the beauty around me, perpetually blooming and sprouting and giving forth life. And I'm really grateful that I put in all that really hard work at a time when I wasn't really well back in those days either, but a different kind of unwellness, a real deep soul unwellness. So I'm so proud to be back in full vibrancy, even with my bad lungs. And yeah, living my best life. Growing up in front of all of you on YouTube. Blossoming, growing, falling in love again with life and with nature and with myself, and potentially a nice man one day. And it's a journey, people, but it's a remarkable journey, and I'm honouring the magic and the mystery of all of that. 16th of November 2020. Here we have it. My beautiful table that's outside under my golden rain tree. You know what? I should be out there under that tree in my hammock by candlelight tonight, enjoying my beautiful mosaic table. But maybe tomorrow night, if I've done my daily video blog, I'll chill out tomorrow night. I had an invitation from my beautiful friend Lynn to come swimming this evening, but it was just so hot today that I feel completely depleted. I didn't even feel like the 25-minute drive to her place. And so maybe I'll go tomorrow. Oh no, I can't tomorrow. I'm waiting for the groceries to be delivered and then I'm going dancing. Oh, well, maybe I'll go over the weekend for a swim. It'll do me good to be in water. My spirit needs water because I'm so fiery in my energy. I need cooling. Baby, you need cooling. Is that how that song goes? Led Zeppelin? Whole lot of love? Whatever. I'm out of my mind. I'm all out of love and I'm all out of time and I'm out of my mind. But I got ice cream coming tomorrow and the dance. So life is beautiful, people. I'm holding on to my little space and planet Earth, being wild and carefree and a bit silly as a wheel. What else? What else could I do with my life but be silly as a wheel? I just had a really hot bath with Epsom salts, then walked into my deliciously cool living room. It was like a cold spa after a sauna. Delicious. Thank you to my beautiful benefactor and God and Goddess. Because gratitude and appreciation is everything, people. No matter how great and valuable a thing, or no matter how humble it is, always express gratitude. Like I'm grateful to be alive, making these crazy YouTube videos, and to breathe, and to have cold pineapple and cold water and abundance and prosperity is mine, because it's the gratitude that generates that. Don't need millions of dollars. There's a lot of things you can do without, but of course it's all relevant or relative to I mean, millions of dollars would be lovely. I could buy my house in Byron Bay by the sea. I could travel all over the world. I could annoy all my YouTube friends and subscribers and turn up on their doorstep and say, take me to your local sacred site. Where's all your magical special places? Let's go. But, money, money, money. Life is funny in a rich man's world. Aha, insert primal scream here. If, I mean, you have to laugh. See, this is probably why I don't manifest the millions, right? Because I don't take it seriously. I don't actually give a flying fuck about all of that. As long as I have a roof over my head and food in my tummy and enough love surrounding me, even if it's only invisible entities that, cheering me on, then I'm happy with that. I worked so hard on that table that I am utterly exhausted. Yeah, that was full 10 days of full on hypermanic creativity without ceasing. That was insane, that table. I look at it even now and think, oh my God, Tanya, if I could channel my energy into things, I can create miracles. Somebody give me a job on the stock market. No, we won't do that. I'm not good with numbers and money. Well, I'd say I'm not good with money, but I manage my money very well, actually. The little bit of percent money that I have, that I get. I said that. Tomorrow the workmen arrived at 9 a.m. to install the Whakahta smoke alarms in every room. Yuck. Didn't want those. Lynn they're actually not that bad, but I fought them for 2 years. Lynn is coming to visit also, so I shall get through tomorrow's disturbance in good company at least. See file photo. Not kosher, but check out the bedroom eyes on one of my main men, Mr. Socks. That was that photo I showed you before. He is purring so loudly and thoroughly in love right now. Sweet boy. It's unbelievable that I sit here in 16th of November 23, having lost all my cats and my dog in August, alone in the stinking heat with pineapple and water. And before I was grateful, and now I've decided in this moment to be pissed off that that's all that's been left to me. So I can swing either way. But we must be grateful. We must be grateful. Gratitude. Anyway. Oh, Charlie was delightful today. I went and set up the laptop at the back of right up the back of the garden. Left her in her cage, the outside cage. She climbed down off her cage and hopped all across the back lawns to get to me at the back garden. She was determined to be with Mama today. She's a sweet little girl. Here I say, okay, it's 3:46 a.m. on the 16th of November 2019. I am really going to sleep this time. Ha ha ha. And I posted, I love the nightlife from Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Which what I meant by that, if I'm not asleep in the middle of the night, then I think to myself, could have gone dancing. This is a waste of energy, just lying here flailing like a fat lady waiting to die in the abyss. I hate that. That's boring. Anyway, what else can I do? 1:11 a.m. I am still awake. I have a craving for ice cream. I just saw that the Weiss factory is being closed down. I am that suggestible, laughing my ass off. I'm only suggestible about ice cream and chocolate and food though, just saying. But anyway, Weiss or Vice, for everyone on YouTube that doesn't live in Brisbane, was a beautiful factory that made ice cream, mango ice cream with coconut ice cream. And it was situated in a little country town not far, about 2 hours out of Brisbane, called Toowoomba, which is where my daughter studied her fine acting degree. So I was quite upset about the Weiss factory closing down. I think it got bought out though. I think you can still get Weiss bars, as far as I know. Haven't looked for them for a while. Some years ago, when I first went dancing at the casino, I met a group of lesbians on Halloween. I had some man in tow. Oh God, that doofus. I just remembered who that was. Ugh, honestly, what was I thinking in those days? I was off my head, people. I was grieving my dead mother, and I was off my head. I had some man in tow, and one of the women thought I should take him home. Ugh, that is another story. And another woman said, "Don't do it, honey, he looks creepy." And she proved to be right. Hot damn, so damn right. Her intuition when it came to men was better than mine was at that point in time. She genuinely had my back too. Love my sisterhood. I tell you what, when you need a lesbian to tell you if a guy's a creep or not, then you know that you've got problems with your radar, man. Honestly. But she was a lovely woman, very kind. Actually, could see she was genuinely worrying about me. Oh my God. Those were the days, my friend. But I made sure I put an end to that. There was no more shenanigans for a very long time. Like, hello. Anyway, one of the women in the group turned to me and said, "Your life is gonna be awesome." Now, this was when I was freshly out in the pub casino scene, dancing out my pain and horror after that epic will dispute that nearly killed me, but without which I would be a toothless crone, and without a car named after God, I shit you not. But it was a heavy price I paid. Anyway, I turned to my drunk but preternaturally profound fortune teller and I said, "Awesome? Impossible." Then I declaimed about the will dispute, the horror, the trauma, and all the ways in which I firmly believed I would never thrive. I almost didn't. There were sexual assaults and beatings at Irish Murphys, psychopathic betrayals from women and men I had befriended. These culminated in a suicide attempt and enough residual fucking rage to blow out my already struggling gallbladder, which led to another close encounter with death. As my psychiatrist said, I had been chasing death for years. Perhaps that is why I still love the unrequited one. It feels like dying, and that has perhaps become my comfort zone. Fuck. Well, I don't love him anymore. I'm over it. But it took a lot to disentangle from that quantum entanglement. It was full fucking on. It was not good. And I'm never going to do that again with any man. Never. Ever, ever. But anyway, I'm finally aware that my life is indeed awesome, inspiring, beautiful, sacred, spatial, if not palatial. I can't leave the country for retreats in Bali, as I am a bought and paid for prisoner of the Australian government. But it's not so bad. That was when Tony Childs, the singer, invited me to come on a retreat with her. But I had no money, I couldn't go. It was awful. I was devastated. That would have been a lovely experience, actually. My safety, honour and integrity is paramount. I am grateful to have been witnessed, validated and loved enough to even have been offered that gift. There are other gifts I still am not opening my consciousness up enough to truly receive, like my eternally longed for love life, hack, my prosperity and my own discernment. So that encounter with those wonderful lesbian women was on Halloween 2012. 7 years later, awesomeness is mine. You can't buy it, steal it, or contain it. Thanks, ladies. Love you. We never met again, but I have not forgotten your blessings and protection. And here was an article I shared: chronic insomnia, irritability, and excessive crying linked to the vitamin K shot at birth. So I wrote this because I was quite concerned when I read that. It explained a lot of things, actually. A lot of things. Because we're all being poisoned on a daily basis with various substances, and they don't tell us what the long-term effects are, do they? The evil, dirty bastards. So I wrote, Jasmine had all of this as well as very bad colic. She almost never slept for her first 2 years of life. My maternal grandparents both had TB, and interestingly, I was prescribed Tub M by that homeopathic, psychopathic, former lover, rapist, strangler that I had loved so well. He was a very good homeopath, just a very shitty man. Anyway, Jasmine refused his remedies, although Crystal responded well to some of them. I gave up on homeopathy after that love affair went sour. Not just sour, but became literally life-threatening. When I tried to take him and his then girlfriend to court, the court bailiff turned savage on me and made me drop the case. Can you imagine that? There is no justice in this city. It is an evil cesspit. Always has been, always will be. I was suffering from extreme and complex trauma after a second strangulation from David Davidson and him throwing rocks at my car after luring me to his home with the promise of returning my love letters. I was scapegoated and demonized by the court system yet again. This government hates women who stand up and fight for, by, of themselves. But all good. I survived. At times, I almost thrive, even in my dire poverty. I hope Jasmine gets appropriate treatment one fine day, but we are estranged now and have been for 13 years. She was a fighter like her mother and ultimately got sick and tired of rescuing me from my former boyfriends or lovers. So Davidson Devo cost me my sanity at that time and ultimately my relationship with my daughters, for which he can continuously writhe in hell. And here I say it. I hope he is writhing in hell. He certainly put me through hell with Gisela, my mother, and Buck Shearer, her con artist husband. I still can't believe his arrant chutzpah of haunting me for 4 consecutive nights in June 2016 after his death. And as a little bit of a segue, when I met this new man, his surname happened to be Davidson, so I freaked out. And while I was freaking out, I was doing my usual journaling, on Facebook, and the messages that came through had to have been from David Davidson because he mentioned like Q is like, which is a homeopathic motto. So I thought, who's trying to tweak with my potential love interests, or who's trying to fucking set me up, right? So I did get paranoid for a while there, and anyway, so it just shows you that spook still interferes when he gets an opening or an opportunity, which I'm not happy about. He's got no business being in my life. He's been dead for 7 years. Like, Seriously, just keep writhing in hell. Anyway, and then I said, then coming through via a ghost app to declare that he wanted me to know he was not a bad man. I mean, the nerve of it. I just rolled my eyes. I have the trauma to know better what caliber man he was. It's taken years and years of therapy to overcome not just his actions, but my entire childhood and 20s and 30s too. But now at 54, I am getting better. So that was 4 years ago. Slowly but surely, step by agonizing step, dancing in the void. Here I was practicing making little memes on Facebook. Radiance. And then I posted another meme, not one that I had made, but one I got off Facebook. Trust your timing. And my reply was, my time has come, even if I still have trust issues. That was 4 years ago. Timing. The time has come, the walrus said, to speak of many things. As I transmute the last of this crazy epic year, I have observed a softening in my energy towards men in general. I have witnessed several acquaintances and friends who are couples model their innate happiness and true love and mutual respect in my presence. It has been a balm to my soul as I come from a long line of abuse, including my own one-time, long ago marriage. I did not have positive role models during my childhood. I have not experienced a true love sexual partnership in my entire adulthood, so it has been interesting and comforting to take delight in other people's happiness while simultaneously, rather childishly, wishing, hoping, yearning, praying for a life partnership of my own, albeit I am still significantly handicapped by my great fear of losing my independence, my freedom, and my core safety. Were I ever to enter into a committed, mutually exclusive relationship, as I won't settle for anything less, and in the meantime, I know no former partner or new prospect has arisen in my would-be romantic life, so it's actually a rather moot point, even perhaps a completely absurdist one, as the impossible dream of the Tanya, aka the psychedelic dreamer, whom, in this rather late stage of life, fully expecting the impending demise of even my menopause, is still rather girlishly and romantically waiting for a powerful, authentic, beautiful, loyal, fun, generous, caring love to come to me clean and clear without bullshit epic Machiavellian games, doubts or fears, to kickstart into a mutual, consenting, passionate and soul-nurturing love partnership. These are spells, people. This is me manifesting like a bitch or like a witch. And that's 4 years ago. 4 long years ago. Why do I think this is possible? I have no idea except that I have been stalked by one of my former lovers, A man I have adored without rhyme or reason for the past 6 years. Thank God that stopped. That was just annoying in the end. It was just such a waste of my heart-centered energy. So the time has come. Oh, there, see, didn't I quote that just before? So the time has come, the walrus said, for a purple top hat dreaming warrior goddess, berserker queen, Jewish witch, to either embrace my destiny or let go any hope that he will ever be ready for me or even available to meet me where I am with nothing to offer but my own glorious, uncanny, eccentric hobbit self. So I feel like a rocket heading to some distant galaxy that has shredded and burnt off the past evils that have held me back for 5 decades, and who knows how many other past lives as well. It's raining. Oh, thank you, Goddess, at last. Oh, I want to run outside in the rain. Anyway, I'll carry on with this. I've committed to YouTube, my YouTube vlogs, so we will continue. I'm in my little capsule, flying to and from my own inner space, with only the gods and spirits that love me as witnesses to my furious flight and folly, as well as my flirtatious, flabbergasted, flippity-gibbet flurry as I scurry like the little kiwi in the dark loam, mud and muck in the undergrowth, which is rich fertilizer for exquisitely weird and wonderful creatures to blossom and grow. Bloom and grow. Fuck. Even my mad nocturnal musings are unoriginal. Lines from the song Edelweiss. It's because the Vice factory is closing down, innit? Or I overextended my nervous system by dancing ecstatically, which always boosts my creativity and bliss. Maybe I just need to fuck, but shh, not ready yet. I am keeping an old promise to Dave, but also to my own self. I am not making love, fucking, sharing my body with any man unless he absolutely loves me, body, mind and soul. It has not happened yet. I have been growing, healing and transmuting ancient moribund griefs for several years now. But the soul growth since the last time death did not claim me has been exponential and a tad terrifying. So it seems to my mind that I must be close to a breakthrough. Soon, perhaps sooner than I think. Dare I even breathe, dream, believe? Why not? Nothing else to do but hold on to my love, which I have steeped, broiled, cooked, baked and soaked in for years, like a hamster in a Mad Hatter's teapot at a party of consciousness only a dreamer can withstand. Curious and curiouser. Fuck. Did I mention fuck? But I am on this journey. I got pineapples sitting right here. Boom. COVID probably doesn't like pineapple. Well, I don't have COVID anymore, but whatever damage was left by it does not like pineapple anymore. But I am on this journey, and by the gods it's been hellish, and yet at times sublime. Thank you to all my wise and wonderful and even magical healers who have held me together and reconfigured me in all my mosaic, prosaic madness. Little girls that never learned how to be loved in healthy, constructive, safe ways are hard work. But one day I hope to make you all proud. In the words of Ho'oponopono, an ancient Hawaiian peacemaking with the spirits of angry, vicious, hell-ridden former lovers, I love you, I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I know. I am not making contact with him ever again. He played me for a fool long enough. So this is a prayer to the ether, to the dark matter, to the soul remnants that will be seen and heard and sent as energy to the one who deserves to hear it. I am gonna be okay, with or without him. Such is the way of the warrior goddess. Chuckles. And then I posted The Sound of Music, Edelweiss. Bloom and grow. Every morning you meet me. And then I posted With or Without You by U2. Time to schluff, that means sleep. Silly old chook needs settling. See you on the flip side, Phillips's side, my hearties. I'm so grateful I've reached a point in my life at this present moment in time that I have real peace in my heart and joy and satisfaction, that I let go and let love, and that I'm seeing, little tiny sparks of the divine out there in the world lighting up for me at long last. They might not choose to be with me for whatever reasons, but I'm seeing the lights switch on, and I'm witnessing people finally, after the COVID regime, actually comprehend my trauma issues, which, are ancient and go back to early childhood. It took that terrorization of the masses in the last 4 years for, the more ordinary muggle type people to finally look at me and see me and understand me with heartfelt compassion for the first time in their lives. I was always demonized and scapegoated and treated like the black sheep, right? Othered, even in my community, for being weird and witchy and spiritual, and, even in my spiritual communities in Paltalk, I was othered for about 16 years. I've never fitted in ever before until recent months. I've seen all doors just get kicked open, and welcome, Tanya. We finally see you and honour you and understand you and love you. And that, my friends, enemies and countrymen, is the greatest gift and miracle I have ever, up until this point in time in my existence, lived to see. It's amazing, utterly amazing. So those lesbian women back in 2012 saying, your life is going to be awesome, I thought they were referring to my dancing wildly every weekend at the casino for years. No, that was not the whole picture of the awesomeness of my life. It is only just now beginning to open up for me and unfurl. It's going to be amazing. I'm witnessing it already, the beginning of it opening up. If I don't die because of my shitty lungs and, my other health issue, my life is going to be astonishingly awesome, as those women prophesied, 2011 years ago. So there you go. Time takes time, and the right time comes eventually to us all. Even if it bleeds into the next dimension where my true love might be waiting for me in, I don't know, whatever form, shape or form. Hopefully I'll recognise that energy when I meet them, and hopefully they'll recognise me too. November 16th, 2018, home from the laundromat. It was much easier hanging a spun-out feather doona on the line instead of lugging a sodden, bath-soaked one and struggling to heft it up over the hill's hoist. A storm is threatening this arvo, so I may have to bring it inside for a few hours. It's a really hot day, so it may dry a bit quicker than usual too. Used to take 3 hot summer days. I actually do need to take my doona and get it cleaned. I usually clean it at the beginning of summer, and needs to be done. Actually, to be honest, I actually need a new one because I had to put 2 doonas on my bed through winter because it had lost a lot of its feathers. So that's another expense, buying another good feather doona. But anyway, I won't worry about that. At least I can wash it. That'll be one job done. At laundromat, washing my feather doona, $12. Oh well, it would be nice not sleeping under a smelly old thing. Ugh, hate that. Sewerage leaking again from the pipe at the bottom of the garden. What the fuck? I rang housing. The dickhead woman tried to argue with me about whether maintenance know about the ongoing problem. Honestly, why am I being made to live like this and deal with fucking idiots? Indeed, why? But this was all during the COVID. Oh, no, that was before then. That was 2018. Well, they've been devolutioning themselves, for a long time, our government departments. It's been quite frightening watching them devolve. Fecking insomnia, up and down, snatches of sleep, disturbia in suburbia, I crave the sea. 16th of November 2017. I have had a lovely day. I had coffee at Amanda's Cafe and caught up with friends. My voice has gone all husky and tight from drinking the cold water with my lungs. It's how sensitive I am. It's insane, people. I'm never going to make it. I just finished telling you how my life's so exponentially blooming and how awesome it is. And the next breath, I'm never going to make it. So don't buy into my bullshit, people, because on a good day, I know I will make it. Somehow, some way, with someone. I've had a lovely day. I had coffee at Amanda's Cafe and caught up with friends. Then I came home and took Beau and Charlie for a quick walk. Really humid afternoon, but we enjoyed the walk. 16th of November 2016. My life might be perpetually flushed down the toilet, but I can at least shep nachas, which is Yiddish for take pride or joy in, that my elder daughter had some lovely reviews from her current stint as Miranda in The Tempest. She has adopted the actor who plays Prospero as her father, and no doubt his wife as a mother. I am happy for her. This is when she was living in England. This lovely, beautiful couple took her in, and she ended up staying with them in their house for a year before she came back to Brisbane. She is also in a new relationship, so life is treating her well, which is all a mother can wish for her adult children. Mother, you damaged me long after you are dead without even trying hard again. Meaning my own mother. I'm talking to her, not referencing my daughter's relationship with me. Although she might feel that way too now. Who cares? I am what I am. All I've done is get old and vulnerable and sick. That's my sole crime. So, to hell with all of them, really. Whistle Dixie with the dibble cup on top of the roof. Try not to fall off. My anxiety is through the roof. I have been really bad since Friday. I have been awake since 6:30 a.m. and am having trouble calming my breathing. So I will take a Valium and stay in bed today, even though I want to leap in the car and drive to Byron and never come back. I will be okay. Just been a very anxious November, and I still have the horrible, silly season to get through. Oh my God. Yes, this is a bad time of year for me, people. So my videos will probably get more and more weird as we get closer and closer to Christmas. I fucking hate Christmas. It's the most traumatizing, triggering time of year for me. Plus it's always very, very hot. And I'm usually very, very isolated, except for Boxing Day when Jared and or Crystal comes to hang out with me for the occasion of Boxing Day, because I refuse to celebrate Christmas as a Jew and as a trauma survivor from my own family of origin. So there is that. But Hanukkah is probably coming soon. I'll have to get some Hanukkah candles, and I always light my Hanukkah for Hanukkah, because Hanukkah is the festival of triumph over adversity and the festival of light. And so I do observe that holiday, that festival, even though it's actually a minor festival in Judaism, because I am the epitome as a warrior goddess of triumph over oppression. Every single breath I take is a triumph over my oppressors, times 1,000. I will be okay, just been very anxious to have the horrible, silly season to get through. I have booked an appointment with my GP tomorrow, Arvo. Need to replenish scripts and might give in and get antibiotics, which tells you that at that point in time I was pretty sick, because I very rarely submit antibiotics unless I absolutely need them, because I had too many as a child. They ruined my teeth. It gets worse, but rather not discuss it on Facebook. Let's just say it's a movement in the force. Sitting here crying like a weakling, but life finds a way. So that was bad, because I very rarely cry. I just found the thing that was tripping the switch. Lucky it is low voltage. I was feeding the fish and brushed my hand across the metal mesh I cover the pond with and got a small zap. The power had tripped early this morning, so I figured it was the light which goes off on a timer. I had clicked the safety and everything was running fine, so it was a mystery as to what blew the power out. So when I got zapped just now, I went and turned off the power and checked the cords leading to the pond. Sure enough, the light was cracked and water had seeped in. No wonder the metal was live. Luckily, the light was not submerged, as it used to be, or the fish would have all been electrocuted. I was lucky. If the water had gone live and I'd put my hand in it, bzzzt, oh well, relieved to have finally solved that problem. So yes, although I was annoyed by the annoying gaslighting electrician, he was right that there had to have been a fault somewhere. 16th of November 2015, 7:23 a.m. Yes, I am awake early. I basically slept 24 hours apart from toilet breaks and eating pancakes. My knee hurts but will settle. It is a lovely day. I am getting really excited about our seeds. That was the sweet little Pomeranian I had for not even a week. Imminent arrival on Sunday. Pardon me. 6 more sleeps. I have just started a dog book for him. He is the newest New World leader at my house. Shh, Penny thinks she has top position. Like any tyrant, she will not like being demoted to vice puppy position. I think she will love him though. She is a maternal creature. Now, she was the worst mother to her kittens, but she has mellowed somewhat. She was a wonderful mother to Beauregard. Absolutely wonderful mother. 16th of November 2014. I have aching legs and feet, not from dancing thanks to the Bris Vegas ghetto, but from the heat. Lynn's pool gave me sweet relief, but the pain is back. Oh well, my sweet, southern, smooth, loving man, Jack Daniels and me. Another glass, and I will forget I have legs. I mean pain in my legs. I don't actually drink that much, people. I just joke about it. You know, I go out on the weekend, the one night of the weekend, and I have my limit is I have 4 drinks. I don't have more than 4 drinks. I can't because I've got to drive, you know. It's irresponsible. And it's enough. Don't need more than that, you know. Sometimes I only have 2 or 3. So, and that's once a week. I don't drink alcohol through the week. I used to have a bit of wine in the evenings. But, you know, it's fattening and I've got to guard my liver. So, you know, there is that. Getting old is incredibly boring, people. The fun I could have had if I hadn't married a dead shit as a young girl and actually had a fully vibrant life like I have now when I was 17. Oh my goodness, the amazing life I could have had. But I locked everything down out of repression and oppression and fear of more and more and more abuse. So I missed out on a lot. I really did. Lynn invited me for an afternoon swim. Yay! It was wonderful to immerse myself in water. I came alive like a dried up old water lily. 11:16 a.m. melting in my own sweat. Arg. I chopped up watermelon and cucumbers for my chooks to freeze down. I bought frozen peas, veggies and berries. I am so worried about them dying from heat exhaustion. I have put frozen plastic bottles in their coops so they can get some cool air circulating around. Meanwhile, in my house, hot in the city tonight. 30 degrees but feels hotter. I just gave the chooks a misting down with the hose. The silkies loved it, but the bigger hens, not so much. My bloody freezer door has iced up, so I bashed it with a hammer and was annoyed that my big ice blocks sounded like footsteps running across the roof, but not like possum steps. It sounded like actual steps. So I was freaking out for a minute there. And was amazed that my big ice blocks I made for the chooks last night had not frozen. So back to drawing board on that one. I gave them the icy cold fruit one instead. I will have to get some watermelon and freeze it for my girls. I am hot too. I only have a fan to keep me comfortable at night, but it was much better than sleeping with nothing. I finally dragged it out and used it last night. Karen woke me at 11 a.m, so she must have slept over. For once my bloody neighbours were quiet. No machinery going today. Must be too hot even for that workaholic maniac. Lol. 26 degrees Celsius. Hot. Sweating like a pig after having a cool shower not long ago. I wish I could afford air conditioning. It's going to be a killer tomorrow. 43. Eek. I just went back out to freeze containers of water as I worry my hens will get heat exhaustion like last summer. Tabitha almost died twice. I think I'll be keeping... I've got a crook in my neck now. Bugger. A close eye on them tomorrow. I wet a towel and put it on top of the coop roof. It might cool slightly. My friend Julie Goddard said, don't keep them in the coop in the heat. I didn't know where else to keep them safe because, foxes and bloody the neighbour's dog and all that shit. 1:28 a.m, on bed with the fan on me. I couldn't focus on TV or movies on SBS, so I'm now reading ghost stories on the Isle of Sheppey, where my great-great-grandfather Abraham Phillips came from. I finished reading Stalking the Soul about emotional abuse today. Intense, but really illuminating for PTSD sufferers like me. 16th of November 2013. 5:06 a.m. Home at last, smiley face. I had a fantastic night out, first with Gail at the Seven Seas concert, which was wonderful, then later at Irish Murphy's. I danced all night and for once was in a really happy, relaxed state of mind. I didn't get hassled as much due to wearing my corset and purple docs, lol. After the band finished, I went to hang out and dance for my busker friend George. I got the 4:30 a.m. bus home. Just an awesome night. I ran into a few acquaintances in the city too, which was great. Loving my life at long last. Footsore, but happy. 16th of November 2011. On the bus heading home from my psych, who found my recent experiences and insights fascinating. Looking forward to Crystal's performance in The Producers tomorrow night. 16th of November 2010. I spent the day with Gail and we picked little Talia up from school. In the evening when they dropped me home, we had a cup of tea and I gave everyone my New Zealand ice cream. Talia was most impressed and said, "It's beautiful." I was so happy. Gail also cooked us all an amazing bolognese. Talia thought that was delicious too, but had to be convinced to eat more of it. She's a picky eater. To all my loyal Hell on Wheels voters and their associates who joined in with our voting en masse, it didn't get into the finals, and I'm convinced it was all rigged, some show my daughter was in. I'm trying not to be a sore loser, but the movies that got in had hardly any points and pretty crappy production values. I'm extremely disappointed. C'est la vie, my lovelies. The good news is one of the plays Crystal performed in a one-woman show, has been picked for the finals of the short and sweet 10-minute play festival. So this is marvellous. You see, I'm a real stage mother. I supported her every fucking inch of the way. But when I get sick and say I think I might be dying, she abandons me. It's disgraceful is what it is. But anyway, I'll forgive and I'll let go and let God, as I do. Fruit of my loins turns sadistic. It's unbelievable. I'm looking forward to seeing her perform. It will show at the Judith Wright Centre in the Fortitude Valley. Not sure when yet, but I'm so excited. I found the Tarotopia online tarot card store. It's amazing. I have back-ordered the Baroque Bohemian Cats tarot cards. I've wanted these for some time to add to my collection of tarot cards. Unfortunately, they weren't available today. But now I have something to look forward to, so yay. 16th of November 2009. Had some lovely pizza with my favourite people, Jared and Crystal. And yes, even though she's been a little bit of a bastard in recent months, she's still one of my favourite people. She's still my child, right? No matter what, whether she likes it or not. There's no escape out of Yiddish mama hell. Good luck with that. And then we walked the dogs in the forest. Well, there is escape. There's just estrangement. You know, like they're nearly 40 years old, so they can live by their choices and I can live by mine. Healing my body, mind and spirit, every breath, every moment of every day. And when I can no longer heal myself and die, with or without you, babies. New day, same shit. And that, my friends, lovers, well, I don't have any lovers, but, you know, psychedelic dreamer dreams, countrymen, extra-dimensionals, intradimensionals, fae, elementals, angels, they're ultra-dimensionals, ancestors that love me, all those who pop by and keep an eye on what I'm doing with my life and hopefully with beautiful, heartfelt intentions of cheering me on. That concludes my readings of even date, the 16th and of November, and I'm very tired now because I had to do, you know, I've been doing the back flipping and catching up all day. So tomorrow I'll be back to read whatever Mishigas I've written up for the 17th, and onwards and upwards, people, in a constantly spiraling, evanescing gnosis of creativity and 360-degree grooving with my homies until I kick off this karmic wheel one day. But I'm not in a hurry for that. It'll happen when it happens. And in the meantime, as I always like to say, and I'm not actually a thalamus people, but it's the one thalamic saying that I resonate with. Always remember, love is the law, the only law, the fabric of the multiverses, the seeming and the dreaming, the stitch in time that saves nine, the thing that holds everything together in perfect harmonic resonances. Also, I pray that I'm right about that and I'm not just delusional. Anyway, love is the law from the Tanya to you. Have a beautiful day, people of Earth. It's 9:16 p.m. now, Brisbane time. So I'm going to go and crawl back into my air conditioning and keep watching. I'm watching a wonderful show. It's a Turkish show called The Tailor, about a triangulated relationship that was actually quite awful and painful and excruciating. So I'm living vicariously through that, thinking, I don't want that for myself either. No polyamorists, no triangulations, no accepting the crumbs from another woman's table. I have enough love in my own heart and soul to nurture and nourish and cherish and sustain my own being for another 29 years if need be. I'm perfectly okay with that. But I do get excited when someone pays me attention because I'm a woman after all. I'm only human when I'm not being a warrior goddess. I'm actually a sweetheart. Shh, they must never know. So on that note, that's my sarcastic, sardonic wit. Good night from sacred space at Titania's realm. Bye for now. Don't forget to deify. I defy, deify. Every day, in every way, honour thine own spirit and soul and neshama. Be blessed on your walk with the gods of your understanding, wherever you are, on this beautiful blue marble hurling itself through space. Love is available to us all, but it may not come to us in human form, unfortunately. So be at peace with that. Shalom. Laila Tov.